Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jack here. Now, today we're going to talk about how to become a successful Amazon seller in 2024. I've got 5 main steps for you. They're all going to help. First, we're going to start off with one of the main questions that everyone has. And does it still work in 2024? Is it still worth selling on Amazon? Especially if you're come to this channel as an Aussie or you're looking to sell on the Aussie market. Does it still work? So first off, before I go through the steps, I'm going to show you if it still works. Is it even possible? And you can skip this if you like, but a lot of you may want to see it. Okay, here are some results from other Aussie sellers. Okay, and these are results from Aussie sellers that have been just like yourself, complete beginners looking for information online, looking to start selling on Amazon, earning some income on the side, actually helping themselves out instead of just relying on one income source, instead of just relying on their job. Give themselves a little bit of wiggle room, give themselves some freedom, give themselves some breathing room. Okay, so here are some other Aussies that actually have results in the Aussie market. And these are from this year, right? Early this year, late last year. Like, these results are recent, okay? They're not just from years ago. So here's one, Wiznawa. Okay, I got sent this message, said, "Hi Jack, how you been happy with purchasing your course?" They actually were a student for some time ago in Ecom Educate, and they've achieved some really good results. They sent me these results. I'm trying to get Wiznawa on an interview, but they're worried that their results aren't good enough. I have some screenshots of it, the other part of this conversation. I said, let's jump on an interview. People would love to learn from your experience. And they said, I want to make sure that I'm doing okay in sales. Look, 11.6K a month in sales on the Aussie market is quite good. All right, usual profit margins of about 30%. Do the math, okay? They're doing quite well as a beginner. We also have I think this student's name is Rahul here, okay? He did 80K in sales after 14 months of selling. We have Moyes as well. He sent me a couple of screenshots. Okay, this is basically all from one product in the last 15 months, almost 180K AUD in sales. Okay, he sent me another one. The last 12 months, 130,000 in sales, mostly from one product. He is killing it. Again, let's say 30, maybe 40% profit. You do the math on that. I think in profit, in total, he said it's currently at the moment about 40,000 in profit a year. So you think about it, right? A lot of people, if you're earning 60 to 80 grand a year, if you're doing an extra 40K a year in profit, that's pretty good, okay? All from almost one product, right? Doing most of those sales. Rafay as well, 14.4K in sales. All these people that you see here, all these stats, they start off exactly like you as complete beginners, okay? So Rafay, again, almost 15K in sales a month. Thar, he is a beast. You've probably seen his interview on my channel here, right? This is one product in Canada, I think. One product, right? He's doing, this is just one product year to date, 14K Canadian. Okay, then he's doing, again, another seller account he's got in the US. Okay, he's been doing 1K plus a day since December last year. In December last year. Okay, so he's doing like, what's that? Another 90. Like, this guy's killing it. I think in all of his accounts, he's doing over 100K a month in sales or something crazy, right? He's a beast of a seller. If you want to learn more about this, just go to the playlist. Okay, this is just to prove to you, to get over that mental hurdle of, oh, look, this e-commerce stuff, I'm too late to it, it doesn't work. Go and look at the results for yourself, okay? I'm not saying Amazon FBA is the answer. I'm just saying if you're looking at Amazon, you're looking for something to start as a beginner, stop making these excuses, okay? The only difference between you and these guys is one thing. They took the first step. That's the only difference. Anyway, I'm done with showing the numbers. Okay, let's get into the how-tos, right? Again, go through to the student success playlist on my channel. You'll get to see all of these interviews, okay? We'll have some more coming soon as well. But first thing what you need to do is you need to find products. These are the basic step-by-steps on what you need to become successful, okay? Tried and true ways, the whole blueprint, right? What I've been doing since I started selling in like 2016, 2017, and what all these other students have been doing. First thing I would highly suggest is to use Helium 10, okay? If you want to know how to use Helium 10 for free, go onto my channel here, type in Ecom Educate, Helium 10. You will see videos on it. If you want the link for it, I do have my own personal, and I'll be upfront with you here. It's an affiliate link for it, but it's going to save you some money, and I only ever promote Helium 10 because it's the only software that works well for the Aussie market and produces actual accurate data for the AU market, the US market, Canadian market, wherever you want to sell. Helium 10 does it, okay? So here's Helium 10. That is what you're going to need to show you an X-ray of the sales figures, okay? Best categories for beginners, I would say, are baby, beauty, health, household, pet, electronics, and fitness. Just to name a few, they're the main ones. Pet supplies is a really good one. Fitness is always a good one. But baby, beauty, they're always really good because they have a low barrier of entry and you don't really need any verification documents or anything to sell. You don't really need to get ungated in any categories. It's pretty easy to sell in as a beginner. Right, search volume. So when you're using Helium 10, you need to look at keywords that have a search volume of 2,000 or 3,000 per month minimum on Amazon, okay? And let's just say if you type in, say, for pet supplies, let's say if you type in dog bed, okay, if it's got a search volume of 2,000 or 3,000, that is the first point to check off. Okay, cool. Because you want to make sure that there's enough people searching for it on Amazon, there's enough customers searching for it. If you see products that are doing really, really well, but then you look at the main keywords for it, and it's got like 20 search volume, or it's got like NA, which means that there's not enough data, or there's just very low, like 100 to 200, that means that that seller is getting the traffic from somewhere else to make those big sales, and you don't want that. Because you want something where you're getting organic traffic, or getting organic, people coming through Amazon. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to scale. You also want to make sure the minimum price point of your product is $25. I'd say $25 to $75. That is so you've got a good profit margin. Anything under $25 is very hard for you after product costs, after if you want to run Amazon advertising like Amazon PPC, and after Amazon FBA fee, like seller fees and the shipping fees and everything. It's going to be the profit margin is going to be too low. The product also needs to fit your budget. So whether you have $1,000 to start, $1,500, $2,000, $6,000, whatever it may be, the general price range of what people get started with are around $1,500, right? I've had students start with $500, shipping the products out themselves. But if you want the real FBA and ship the products to the warehouse and everything like that, $1,500 is usually a good scenario to work with. Okay, if you have more, then that just means that you're going to gain momentum faster. Okay, and the main thing is, don't be emotional about it. Okay, it's all about the numbers. Focus on the numbers. Focus on this stuff here. A lot of people look at products, and whether they send products to me, my students send products to me for me to look at, and they want their products vetted or something like that. A lot of the time, they're sending products without looking at the data, especially as beginners. This is one trap that a lot of people fall into. And when I ask them, hey, why did you send me this product? What made you think that this is a good product to sell? They'd say, well, it might be something that I'd use, or it's something that my mum uses, or whatever it may be. That's an emotional decision. Don't go over emotional decisions or whether something looks good. It's all about the data. It's all about the numbers. If you follow the numbers and try and take as much emotion out of it, even if it's a product you have no intention of buying yourself or using, a lot of the products that have worked well for me are like products for women and things that are just I would never use, right? But I just went off the data. That's why Helium 10 and all that stuff is really good. Now, finding suppliers. So once you've got your product, use Alibaba.com. Just by far the best. Been using it since 2016. Students have been using it since mid-2018. Never failed us, okay? Make sure you're contacting, make sure first your supplier is verified. Make sure that you're contacting the manufacturer, not the distributor. That's a very important point, and I'll get to that in a second. Look for MOQs, which is minimum order quantities. So if you're only looking to buy, if you only have a budget for 100 or 200 units of your product, make sure you look for those minimum order quantities, and always negotiate on what you can. You can negotiate on these MOQs. You can negotiate on price, the amount of units, the shipping price, etc. You can always negotiate. And always, another thing I would say is look for as many different suppliers as you can. Don't just contact one and try and negotiate with one. Don't limit yourself. Just make sure to negotiate and contact as many as you can. Compare prices, show price of one to another supplier. Say, hey, can you beat this? Always negotiate, because at the end of the day, this is your business. You're essentially a business owner doing this. You need to look out for yourself and your business and get the best deal you can, okay? But when I'm saying look for the best suppliers, so let's say we're looking at a fitness band, resistance band fitness set. First, you want to make sure that they're verified suppliers, okay? These years means how many years they've been in business as a supplier. Now, majority of them are going to be from China, so don't worry about that. They're always top quality suppliers on Alibaba, as long as they're verified, as long as they've been in business for quite a while. And then to check if they are a manufacturer, not a distributor, go to their page. So I clicked on this for this product, Henan clothing, right? I went to their main page, and they are selling all fitness related products. Okay, so that says to me that they're a manufacturer and they're not just a distributor, because they actually make these products. So that means that you're going to get a better deal, you're going to get good quality, okay, and more than likely it's going to be easier to trust them. Okay, so the way you know is that they're selling similar products on their page. If I was to come to their page and they had fitness products, then glassware, then they had pet products, then to me I'm like, okay, they're just a distributor, right? Make sure you're going to the actual manufacturer themselves, okay? And then obviously you're looking at prices and everything. Don't just go off these prices. If you're going off this and saying, okay, I'm going to buy 100 units at 34 US cents, it's usually not going to be like that, okay? That is just to reel you in a lot of the time. Make sure to click start order or click this little message button and message them. If you want a way on what to say to your suppliers, again, I've got videos like that on my channel. I've got scripts that you can use, okay? And I'll get into more of that in a second as well, but you got to contact them. Okay, so number 4 is making sales. Make sure, before you start making good sales, make sure steps 2 and 3, okay, what we're talking about here, make sure that they have been done properly. If you don't have a good product to sell, if you don't have a good supplier, if the numbers don't check out, you can do everything else. You've got a nice pretty listing, you can make sure that everything else is done perfectly, more than perfect. But if you don't have a good product, if you don't have one that sells, if you don't have one that's in demand, you're not going to make sales, okay? So make sure steps 2 and 3 are done properly. Make sure your listing is optimized, okay? Make sure photos are high quality, and if you can, run Amazon PPC ads for $10 a day if possible. So just make sure that when I say listing is optimized, make sure that the title looks nice, make sure the description looks nice, make sure you're getting high quality images done. Now, when I first started, I didn't have the budget to pay for a professional to do photos, even though it maybe costs about, I'd say maybe $150, maybe $170 to get a full listing photos done up. There's people that specialize in this stuff, so you can send them the product and they can do it. If not, try and do it yourself. If you're tech savvy, if you have a nice camera, I have done it on an iPhone as well for some of my earlier listings, earlier products back in the day. So you can do that, but just make sure that you've got a high quality listing done with nice photos, okay? And if you can, run Amazon PPC ads for $10 a day to advertise and push your products. Another thing I didn't mention here is make sure that you at least have, let's just say 1 to 5 reviews on your product, okay? I wouldn't bother doing Amazon PPC until you have at least 1, maybe 2 reviews, but 1 to 5 reviews, okay? Because no one wants to be the first person to try a product out. Okay, so make sure you have that. Now let's have a look at an example of this, hitting 10K a month in sales, kind of like the math. And I said 3,000 a month profit because usually on Amazon, you're looking at 30% margins, possibly 40% margins. There's some people that have higher margins, but roundabout is like 30 to maybe 40%. So we'll go on the low end, we'll be conservative. Let's say you want to hit 3,000 a month profit, which is 10K a month in sales usually. And let's say you're selling a $49 product, okay? You need to sell 204 units a month to hit 10,000 in sales per month, okay? But you got to think of it like this. If the product cost is $14.70 with shipping, import taxes, everything from your supplier, putting your logo on the product, everything, including the shipping cost per unit, let's say it's $14.70 per unit. You have to buy 204 units just to keep up with the demand, okay? That means you'll need $2,940 to purchase the stock. So you're probably thinking, whoa, okay, I don't have that much to start. Well, maybe I want to start with less. What if I want to start with around 1,000 or $1,500? You can, but that just means that you need to look at products where you don't need this much inventory. Maybe you need to look at products that are selling 50 units a month or 100 units a month, right? Now, what does that mean? It means you can start, but it's just going to take longer for you to grow. Let's say if you wanted to sell this exact same product, or you're looking at a product that only sells 50 or 100 units a month, then it just means that you might be making 4,000 in revenue, 5,000, 6,000 in revenue, and it's just going to take longer to grow. Or maybe the cap of that product, that niche only sells 4,000 or 5,000 in revenue a month. So what happens from there? Okay, you get that product to a point where it's doing $4,000, $5,000 a month steadily. Then you reinvest those profits into a second product, okay? It's all about momentum. If you're looking to do 3,000 a month in profit, they're the simple math, okay? But that's how you grow. That's the simple mathematics of it. Now, last thing I want to talk about, okay? Give yourself an advantage. So what I mean by that is when I first started, the one thing that helped me actually get off the ground was getting help. The one thing that helped me, I was doing all my research on my own, trying to launch products and do everything on my own, or trying to do product research on my own. I didn't get anywhere until I actually got help myself. Back then, I had taken a couple of US courses, gotten a couple of mentors, and that's what really helped push me. Now, majority from what I've seen from successful students, from other successful sellers, they surrounded themselves with people or just got a mentor that was heading in that same direction, that had been there before, okay? Or just surrounding themselves with people who were heading in the same direction. So you've got to surround yourself with like-minded people, okay? Get a mentor if you can. Now, if you're looking for someone who is an Aussie, who has done it themselves, who has especially taught a bunch of beginners, I'm talking over 2,000 of them, okay? You can do a couple of things here, right? First, you can grab a free Amazon FBA starter pack below, completely free, right? All you need is a name and an email, literally, and you can grab a free starter pack which will teach you all of this stuff more in depth. Or if you're done with consuming the content, looking at the success stories, trying to figure it out on your own, done with all these starter packs even, right? Done with all of this, consuming all this stuff. You just want to actually use a proven blueprint, right? You want to just finally get into it. Check out Amazon FBA Accelerator. Okay, now what is Amazon FBA Accelerator? Many of you may have seen it. If not, it is our flagship program. Okay, so I have been, like I said, teaching people for the past 6 years. We've had a lot of success stories, which we have in our wins here as well. Okay, look, like this guy here, Athar, 1.5 million per year. This dude, he's killing it, okay? Now, he's actually one of our head coaches now, but he's doing huge things on Amazon, like you can't even believe, okay? But that's just not what I want to show you here. What you're interested in is what Amazon FBA Accelerator actually is, okay? This is where all our training is held. This is what takes you from complete beginner to, the goal is to do it in 12 weeks, complete beginner to launching and scaling your first product, especially on the Aussie market. If you want to do it in the US market, you can as well. US market's still a great place to sell, but all this information is directed more towards Aussie starting, okay? It doesn't matter on the location of where you eventually launch your product, right? So we've got the whole community here. This is where people ask questions, okay? The actual training itself is what you'll find in the classroom tab here. This is the training that you're looking at. All of what we spoke about, this is put into context for about 7 to 8 hours worth of content, right? This has been reiterated. All the information's been updated at least like 9 or 10 times, okay? And we always keep it up to date. Currently, it's got everything in there that you need. Product research is one of the biggest modules. That's the most important. Even stuff like taxes, setting up your Amazon seller account. Then product sourcing. So talking to your suppliers, we give you a supplier sniper script to tell you exactly what we say to our suppliers, creating your logos, sending your product to Amazon, everything, your listing, Amazon PPC, even using AI, right? Even using AI to help boost your sales and have a better listing. But that is FBA Accelerator, okay? So if you are interested in that, we also do coaching calls. So we have one every 2 weeks at the moment. We're going to be upping that pretty soon, most likely to one per week, right? And these are held by one of our head coaches in here as well. But a lot of students just like to contact me personally. So in our school group, we have a bunch of, these are all the people in the group, okay? They are asking for help from me, right? They just contact me. If you ever need a hand, that's why we have the support there. But that's pretty much it. That's FBA Accelerator, okay? So what I would suggest, if you're just starting out to this, if this is the first video you've seen of me, check out the rest of my content. If you're sort of getting your feet wet and you just want more of an idea of how things work with Amazon FBA, grab the starter pack. But if you're someone who's been on the fence and you're not sure, you want to get started, you want to build something for yourself, and all you've been doing is consuming content for the last few weeks or the last few months, well, hey, even the last few years, right? What I would say is just take the leap forward. Go to the link down below and just join, right? You're going to learn something new, okay? At the very least, you're going to be surrounded by people who are doing this, who are going to push you forward, okay? If you have any questions about this, though, go to my Instagram and send me a message, or just comment down below. Ask any questions that you have, okay? But for me, I didn't get anywhere until I took the leap forward, right? Whether that's with me, whether that is with another mentor, whether that is just with starting the business, you got to take that first step forward, man. You just have to, okay? Apart from that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Hope this video helped. Stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next one.